Good morning. So this reading is for Tuesday, January 21st, and we have already entered into a period of a lot of change. The change is going to be pretty constant here. Oh, that's 2 cards. Let's see if we can get one more showing up. When the sun moved into Aquarius, which is where we are now, bringing a lot of liberating change, and we're going to see this trend continue as we have the new moon coming up next week in the sign of Aquarius. We have Pluto there, the moon, the sun. It's just a lot. It's a lot of change. 2 more on a future energy. Yeah. Talk about change. So showing up at the bottom of the deck here is the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups is one of those, it's like a transitional, transformational type of energy where you're starting to look at things differently. You're starting to, and this feels like those early stages, seeing things differently, starting to focus on the more positive, letting go of some of the negativity. Really, it's about letting go of the past. Definitely getting a sense of forgiveness. So self-forgiveness is going to be a big theme of the change that's happening right now. A lot of letting go. Any mistakes that would have happened, they're done. You've already atoned for those mistakes in the past. You don't need to keep reliving them. You don't need to keep carrying that along with you. You're not defined by your mistakes at all. Whoever needs to hear that message, you're not defined by those. When I look at the past energy here, I'm getting the King of Cups. I have the 10 of Cups with the Devil showing up here. And this is where I'm picking up mistakes. We'll talk about that here in a second. And then also the Knight of Cups. The progression here in the past was at some point in time, you entered into some sort of relationship here, or you entered into some sort of period of your life with the right intentions. You were coming at it from a very mature perspective on a situation here, but there was like this lack of experience connected to it. So the King of Cups, I mean, this is somebody who is emotionally mature. So you were coming at it with the right intentions, but I'm just getting a sense of you didn't have all of the information available, or you didn't have that breadth of experience necessary in order to navigate it with a lot of, I'm getting the word finesse, with the right, I'm trying to find the right words to describe this, because what I'm getting a sense of is, let's say it's a marriage relationship or some sort of high level commitment like that. You went into it with the right intentions. I'm going to be with this person. I'm going to commit myself to this person. We're going to have the type of life that I've envisioned, and I'm really excited about this new opportunity. But what ended up playing out here was there were a lot of limitations and restrictions. There was a lot of lessons. I'm definitely getting karmic lessons connected to that connection. So if this was a marriage that did not end well, ended in divorce, or maybe even a high level commitment that it didn't continue like you thought it would. You didn't get that happily ever after that you thought you would get. What you got was a lot of limitations and restrictions, a lot of obstacles, challenges. Definitely getting a sense over, I'm getting the number 16. It could be longer than that, but it feels like this is something that started a long time ago. And the longer you were in the relationship, the more restrictive it started to feel. Yeah, there was something about it. I'm getting a very strong sense of like a karmic contract or some sort of karmic lesson. There was some sort of experience you needed to gain from this relationship to kind of help inform you now so that you don't go back and repeat this. There's something about this. You're not going to be repeating that in the future, but it's based on the experience that you had. There was something here that you had to go through though. And what I'm getting here with this Knight of Cups energy is it's almost like it took you back a little bit. Again, this is all in the past energy where it almost forced you to take some sort of step back, reevaluate the way that you chose people, the way that you chose relationships in your life, and really look at it through a fresh lens, fresh experience. I'm going to have to get more details on this. I'm just getting a sense of it almost kind of pushed you back. Logically, I'm having a hard time making sense of the messages that I'm getting because it pushed you back into a space where you almost became very naive again when it came to relationships. You were coming at it from that naive lens, But what I'm getting a sense of too is that you couldn't be this naive. There was something about it. You have to incorporate the experience of this past relationship. So even though it feels like it set you back in some ways, it wasn't a setback to where you were before you met this person or before you entered into this relationship. It was setting you back into a more positive mindset. That's what it is. It's getting you back into a place of feeling hopeful and optimistic again, but with the experience to identify red flags sooner. That's what I'm getting. Current energy here, I'm getting, so the 3 of Cups doesn't want to stay. So we have the 4 of Cups with the Magician showing up here. 4 of Cups with the Magician. In this kind of period, I'm getting regrowth specifically, that word regrowth. So as you're kind of transforming and growing into somebody different, because you are, there's something about this experience that's going to help you manifest what you're looking for. It's going to help you lean into your goals and your dreams. That's it. When you were knocked down and like almost really pushed back into a place that you didn't ever think you would be in again, back to kind of square one when it comes to whether it's this relationship, you can apply this to really any area of your life. When you feel like you had to take that step back or were forced to take a step back, it was to show you that you needed to go down a different path, or you needed to make different decisions, or that you will be able to make different decisions because now you've got enough experience to really hone in on what you're looking for. I'm also getting the Hermit showing up in current energy. So the Hermit, Virgo energy, may or may not be significant. We do have Capricorn energy showing up with the Devil as well, but this it actually feels like it's connected to the Devil. A lot of healing. I'm getting a lot of self-forgiveness with this energy. Whatever it is that you're reflecting upon now, it's about taking in the experience, but don't carry with you the grief or the loss. Don't look at it that way. There's something about not looking at it that way. Don't look upon the past with all the failures. Really incorporate the lessons. Because on the other side of that Hermit is the 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups is about being happy again, finding your way. I'm definitely getting this strong sense of finding your way. And when I look at the future energy showing up here, I'm getting the Death card, the Hanged Man, 9 of Swords with the 6 of Pentacles. It's like, I'm trying to find the right words for this one. It's when you're in your darkest and when you're going through it at the worst, that's when you really recognize all the generosity around you. There's this sense of who's really supporting you when you're at your worst. When you get knocked back or pushed back to square one, there was a lesson here. When you got pushed back to square one, who supported you? Who was there for you? Look around. Those are the people acting in your best interest. Those are the people that you can go to in the future when times are tough, because they're going to be looking out for you. There's something really significant about when you are in one of those situations where you feel like the world around you is completely crumbling. How is it that you're able to pull yourself up? Who is there to help you and guide you along the way? Because there's something really generous about the offering of other people when you're in this lens or when you're in this mindset. Because not everybody will be. The Death card and the Hanged Man showing up here as well. I mean, this is all transformation. This is all you seeing things from a different perspective. You seeing other people and the relationships around you from a different perspective. So even if it's not a romantic relationship here that I'm referencing, it is relationships around you. And when times are tough, how do other people treat you? It's a big, valuable lesson in that. So let's get some additional detail here. Okay, so clarifying that King of Cups, 10 of Swords, when you went into this past situation, you were ready. You had overcome whatever pain you had been through in the past. You really were in the right mind space, in the right heart space. There was just something about this that you needed to go through. With the 10 of Cups and the Devil energy, I have the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups does, I'm definitely getting a strong contract with this. Children might be involved with the 10 of Cups, 6 of Cups. Children might absolutely be involved. And there were a lot of limitations and restrictions around that specifically, where you felt like you were tied into a situation because of it. And what this was, you needed to do what you did. All the decisions you made while you were in there, in that situation, they were the right decisions. You were basing it on what was in the best interest for you, best interest if children are involved at the time. Like, you made all the right decisions here. But what you really had to come to grips with was the limitations and restrictions, and breaking free from those, finding the happy balance between doing what's right for everybody, but also doing what's right for yourself. There was definitely a balancing that needed to take place here in the past. Knight of Cups with the Six of Swords. So the Knight of Cups, Six of Swords, where you were kind of pushed back a little bit here, it really propelled you to move on, propelled you to move in a different direction. There was something in the past that if you hadn't gone through it the way that you did, you would have held on to a piece of that person or that relationship, and it would have really worked against you in the future. There's something where it just would have prevented you. It almost acts like a roadblock. If you were in some sort of relationship here in the past and it was amicable, so you held on to some positive pieces of it, and what ended up happening was, if you had continued holding on to the positive pieces, that would have acted as a roadblock for you. And so the universe had to kind of almost shove you back and say, you're not seeing it. You're not seeing everything here. And so we're going to push you back so that you can move forward. You had to, in order to be able to see the roadblocks, move around or over top of, and like really kind of catapult over the roadblocks here, you had to go through this. Getting 2 cards for that one. Let's get the Hermit and the Three of Cups. I'll tell you what, whatever is happening here, you're incorporating the lessons very strongly, getting this sense of, it was so apparent, it was so in your face, there was no mistaking it. You had to go through this. You had to figure it out, and you are figuring it out. So clarifying the Magician with the Four of Cups. We have the Hierophant with the Page of Cups. So if this is about a marriage relationship or some sort of high-level commitment with another person, I'm getting a lot of cards indicating that. It's also not applicable for everybody, but what I'm getting a strong sense of is this significant relationship here in your life, when you were at your worst and you were kind of responding, trying to figure things out, kind of in this like dark place where you were just trying to make sense of everything else. You were also making sense of what exactly you wanted. This is where I was getting that hone in on the details. Like, you might have had broad strokes. This is where I want to be. This is the kind of relationship I want to be in. But as you start to go through it and you start to really think about whatever happened here, it provided you a lot of clarity. So I'm getting a sense of, you know, when you first start dating other people and you go into these relationships and you start thinking about, like, you come out of a relationship and you're like, okay, well, that was a list of things I don't want. That's what I'm getting a sense of. Like, you're dating people or you married somebody and it helped you to figure out what you don't want in your next relationship here. But there was also a healing connected to it. There was also you getting that clarity that you need, but also kind of growing through it. Because that Page of Cups, there's a lot of you expressing exactly what you want when it comes to a relationship. It's just becoming increasingly clear to you right now. With the Hermit, I'm getting the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is a closed cycle. So you're really working through this. This is a lot of internal work that you're doing, a lot of internal healing, recognizing that the chapter is closed, really doing the work to put it behind you, really sitting with those thoughts and going, okay, well, why is this here? Why do I think this way? Why do I have this negative opinion of myself or the way that I'm responding to things? Because you can't look at a situation through today's lens and kind of second guess your decisions from the past. You have to look at it through that lens and say, okay, well, I had everything. I made the best decision at the time that I could have. There's something where you're doing a lot of reflecting on that. A lot of forgiveness, self-forgiveness is coming through. And with the Three of Cups and the Knight of Wands, this is about you pushing through, persevering, finding your inner strength, inner happiness. A lot of movement is going to be taking place here. Knight of Wands, you're going to feel very inspired here in the near future. I'm definitely getting within the next week that things are going to be opening up for you. And I'm definitely getting like a heart opening up. And so things are going to open up in such a way that inspires you to move forward, take some sort of really decisive action is what I'm getting. It's going to come to a point, and it feels like it's going to be sudden, where you're just going to instinctively know, this is what I need to do. This is the direction I want to go in, and nothing is going to stop me from going down that path. Nine of Swords, Six of Pentacles. Yeah. Oh, somebody's here. Somebody is helping you I can't get the words out. Somebody here is going to help you release the devil energy. So clarifying the Death card here in the future is the Five of Pentacles. This is you putting something behind you. Leaving something out in the cold is literally what the Five of Pentacles represents. So I like this because it's making room for something else to come forward. It's allowing your dreams to start to kind of fill the space that is going to be available now that you're leaving something behind, that devil energy. With the Hanged Man comes the Sun. I love this. So being able to see things from this higher level perspective, this different way of looking at everything, this different way of responding to everything, it does provide you a lot of hope and optimism, because in the wake of this forgiveness is this transformation that you're going through that really does open up opportunities for you. And it's things that were there, you just need to see them. And so with that Nine of Swords, Six of Pentacles energy, I'm also getting a sense here, now that I'm holding the cards again, of you working to find some sort of inner peace, inner balance, so that you can be more open and available to whatever is transpiring here. But it's also being clarified with the devil. And so for the person around you, because there is somebody around you that is kind of showing you the way, where you might be overthinking or overstressing about a situation here. There is, but the person that's around you that's offering this type of love and support, because it's coming across as like an unconditional type of love and support, they really are looking out for your best interest. This is not somebody with an ulterior motive. This is somebody who really is looking out for you. They're being very generous with their love and support, and it's to help you rise to their level, get up onto their level. There's something, because I'm now getting a visual of somebody here putting their arm down and lifting somebody up, like pulling them up, like further into a tree or something like that. So this is the reading for Tuesday. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.